passed since President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated at his private home where an elite security team was supposed to protect him. Not only have authorities failed to identify and arrest all those who masterminded and financed the killing, but Haiti has gone into a freefall as violence soars and the economy tumbles. Claudia Julmust, a nursing student, said she is trying to make ends meet by reselling underwear, bras and wigs that she buys in the neighboring Dominican Republic, although Haiti's double-digit inflation has hit her and many others hard. "I'm trying to make the best of it here," she said. "I don't want to be one of those kids getting on a boat at sea to die, but Haiti is not offering anything." Dressed in military camouflage with an assault rifle at the ready, Prof. Ya appears from behind a vehicle in a parking lot outside Taipei, scanning his surroundings and waiting for a signal to advance. Ya actually works in marketing, and his weapon is a replica, but he is spending the weekend attending an urban warfare workshop to prepare for what he sees as the very real threat of a Chinese invasion. Only when a country's citizens have the strong will and determination to protect their land can they convince the international community to come help them, the 38-year-old says. Ya believes it is a question of when, not if, they will be called to put their new skills into action. Citing the example of Hong Kong, where Beijing has moved to consolidate its grip in the last few years, he says simply, "Taiwan is next."
Extremists claim responsibility for Nigerian prison attack. The Islamic State group has claimed responsibility for an attack on a prison in Nigeria's capital, which freed nearly 900 inmates, including 60 of its members. Nigerian security forces on Thursday continued to search for at least 400 escaped prisoners who are still at large. The attack on the prison in Nigeria's capital city shows the severity of insurgency, according to experts. For Abuja to be having this kind of attack, it tells you how much our security intelligence has failed, said Confidence Machari with the Lagos-based SBM intelligence security firm. The attack was long planned, he said. Nigeria's security forces could get all the manpower and everything but can't prevent attacks before it happens, Machari said.
Finland amends law to bolster Russia border fence. Finnish parliament passed legislation Thursday to build stronger fences on its border with Russia, as the country seeks to join NATO following Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. Finland reversed decades of military non-alignment by seeking membership in the military alliance in May, formally starting the process to join this week. Fearing that Moscow could use migrants to exert political pressure, the new amendments to Border Guard Act facilitate the construction of sturdier fences on the Nordic country's 300-kilometer eastern border with Russia. The new law makes it also possible to close border crossings and concentrate asylum seekers at specific points, in the event of large-scale crossover attempt. Helsinki also passed amendments to Emergency Powers Act to make the definition of emergency better take account of various hybrid threats.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un convened an unprecedented conference aimed at strengthening the ruling Workers' Party of Korea's monolithic leadership across society, state media reported on Thursday. The conference was the first of its kind and involved realizing the organizational and ideological consolidation of the party ranks in every way and enhancing the party's leadership role, state news agency KCNA said. North Korea is grappling with multiple crises, including its first acknowledged COVID-19 outbreak, the economic effects of international sanctions and erratic weather events such as high temperatures and floods. It said it has the COVID-19 situation under control, though a lack of data has led international experts to doubt the claims.
The United Nations Security Council votes Thursday on extending its authorization of aid transfers across Syria's border without approval from Damascus, with Russia seeking a 6-month prolongation while Western nations want a full year. The UN resolution permitting aid deliveries across the Syrian-Turkish border at Bab al-Hawa has been in effect since 2014, but is set to expire on Sunday. By Wednesday evening, few diplomats dared to predict whether the additions would be enough to convince Russia to agree to a full-year extension, but some told AFP that a last-minute compromise was possible by making the 6-month extension renewable for an additional 6 months, practically by default.
Drug traffickers were hanged in Singapore on Thursday, bringing the number of executions this year in the city-state to 4 despite growing calls to abolish its death penalty. Activists said the prison department handed the belongings and death certificates for Malaysian national Kulwant Singh and Singaporean Noor Sharigas to their families after their execution Thursday morning. "We urge the Singaporean authorities to immediately stop this latest wave of hangings and impose a moratorium on executions as a step toward ending this shameful and inhuman punishment," Amnesty said. 4 others drug traffickers, including 2 more Malaysians, were scheduled to be hanged earlier, but their executions were delayed pending legal challenges.
With her husband back at home in Tunisia and draped in a national flag, Layla Al-Qarni urges all Muslim women to attend Saudi Arabia's Hajj without a male guardian, after the requirement was shelved last year. The Saudi authorities' move has brought a whole new dimension to the annual pilgrimage. For those who are able to, don't lose the opportunity, even if it means going without a male guardian, said retired Egyptian financial expert Fatin Abdelmuniam, 65. This is a spiritual joy that cannot be described. You are in the house of God. What more could you ask for?